Zdravo! I am Josh Friedman and I am sitting in a real cool place. This is the Belgrade fortress. Behind me is an ancient fortress that predates the Roman times, but is still standing here right in the heart of Belgrade, in the city center, overlooking the Danube and Sava rivers. This is the Sava River right here. And it's a meeting point for Serbs to come go for a stroll through the park, catch a view, get some drinks, and even attend a concert. I'm going to go through some history, bear with me, because the history of this place really resonates with the present. Okay, the fortress here has been a meeting point of empires. That may be to do with the geography. It is where the two rivers meet. It is also where the Pannonian Plain meets the Balkans. Now, Belgrade was a borderline between the Western and Eastern Roman empires. Then, it was settled by Slavs, and Serbia did establish some kingdoms and an empire, but the Serbs throughout their history had to battle empires that met here. The Byzantine Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire, battled other states and kingdoms in the area, and then the Ottomans conquered Belgrade. But during the times after the Ottoman conquest, the Ottomans traded Belgrade back and forth with the Habsburgs from Austria. The Serbs gained their independence from the Ottomans in the 19th century. But even then, Belgrade was a divided city. The Austro-Hungarians controlled the northern half of Belgrade until World War I. Following World War I, the country of Yugoslavia was founded. Yugoslavia took a non-aligned stance. It claimed neutrality. It wanted to maintain good relations with both the West and the East. And this building, you can see across the river here, this tower, it used to say Tito in blinking lights. Tito was the man who held Yugoslavia together, the communist leader for decades following World War II. That building was built modeled after the UN building, and it was supposed to signify good relations with the United States. Well, fast forward to 1999, what happened? NATO bombed that building during the airstrikes here in Belgrade. I believe there was a Milosevic media compound in the bottom, and the building was hit, and it has since been rebuilt. Kind of like how this fortress has been rebuilt many times by many empires, emperors. Justinian, the Byzantine emperor, rebuilt this. It's been destroyed and rebuilt over and over again, but it's still standing. Belgrade has been a city that has been war-torn throughout its history. More than 100 wars, and the city has been destroyed 40 times or more. But here it is, in 2015, it's still here. And Serbia is again an independent country, and it's taking a route that is similar to what happened in Yugoslavia. Serbia is walking a tightrope between the West and Russia. Serbia is trying to join the EU, but it's maintaining good ties with Russia. It hasn't imposed EU sanctions, and this week actually Serbian troops are training with Russian and Belarusian troops in Russia. Now, I can't help but look at this building, the tower that is, and think about the irony. Yugoslavia tried to pursue a path of being a peaceful, sovereign state. And this building resembles that. It was the good ties between the West and the East. Well, what happened? It was bombed. Bombed out of existence, broken up into 6 countries, and now there's Kosovo on top of that. Well, what does that say about neutrality? Can neutrality be maintained? Well, it's a tricky question, and my belief is that it can, with a vibrant economy that is capable of producing military might. Yugoslavia, I would argue, did not have that, although it did have stronger economic times than most of the communist states in Eastern Europe. Well, what does the future have in hold for Serbia? That is up in the air. But what is clear to me is that Belgrade is a meeting point of empires. This fortress behind me embodies it, and the history is evident throughout the town. Come to Belgrade, take a look at the natural beauty and the history, and grab a drink and enjoy this view from this ancient fortress. Hvala. And I'm gonna go now to meet some Serbs who are living in Bosnia. Ciao.